What would you do if, in just one morning, someone placed in front of you enough money to save your entire month? But in exchange, you had to do something you knew was wrong? No one would see it. No one would check. No one could prove it. Only you and your conscience. Marcus Hayes also once believed he would never fall into that situation until the day a shiny black Mercedes rolled into the empty parking lot in front of his shop. On the edge of a mid-sized town in Ohio, there was a small garage with a simple sign: Hayes, honest repairs, fair prices, quality guaranteed. The sign did not glow. There was no flashing electronic board, no discount promotions, no loud marketing slogans, just a promise. Marcus was 28 years old. 2 years earlier, he had left a stable job at a large repair shop to open his own business. People said he was reckless. A steady monthly salary was not bad. But Marcus believed in one simple idea: if I do things right, customers will come back. He repaired lawnmowers, generators, small agricultural machines. He worked carefully. He tested everything twice before returning it. He used quality parts. He did not exaggerate problems. He did not invent extra damage. Customers appreciated him, but appreciation did not mean wealth. The garage rent was due every month. The bank loan payment was waiting. Suppliers did not accept "you are a good person" as payment. Marcus worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. His back hurt. His hands were always covered in grease. At night, he sat alone in the dark garage, counting the cash in the drawer and asking himself, "Can I survive?" His girlfriend, Sarah, was a school teacher. She believed in him, but she was realistic. "Marcus, are you sure? Other shops charge double." Marcus always shook his head. "If I break my promise from the beginning, what am I building?" But quiet nights are dangerous. Doubt speaks more softly than conscience, but it speaks continuously. On Tuesday morning, exactly at 9 a.m., a shiny black Mercedes stopped in front of the shop. The parking lot, usually empty, suddenly reflected sunlight on the car's body like something that did not belong there. Richard Donovan stepped out, an expensive suit, a shining metal watch, a man who owned multiple commercial properties in town. He opened the trunk. Inside was a large commercial generator. "It stopped working. I need it finished by tomorrow morning. I will pay you double." Marcus's heart beat fast. Double for one job. He opened the machine to inspect it, and his stomach tightened. The engine was badly burned. The wiring was damaged. This was not a quick repair. This was a full rebuild, at least 4 days. Marcus looked up. "Sir, I need to be honest. This needs major work. I cannot fix it properly by tomorrow." Richard frowned. "I don't have 4 days." He stepped closer and lowered his voice. "Listen, I only need it running for a few weeks. I'm selling the property. After that, it's not my problem. Just patch it temporarily. I'll pay you triple." Cash. Triple. Almost $2,000. That amount was nearly half of his monthly loan payment. Marcus's mind began calculating. He could reconnect the wires, bypass the system, use temporary parts. It would run. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4. No one would know. No one would trace it back. The new owner would think it was a normal failure. The money was right in front of him. His conscience was deep inside him. Do you know what it feels like when those two pull you in opposite directions? Marcus knew. He looked at the machine. He looked at the sign. Honest repairs. He looked at the man waiting for an answer. "I can't do that." The air seemed to freeze. Richard frowned. You're refusing $2,000. Yes, sir. You're a fool. The trunk slammed shut. The Mercedes drove away. Marcus stood alone in the silent garage. He had just refused the largest payment he had ever been offered for a single job. For what? Principal? Principal does not pay rent. That night, he could not sleep. Have you ever chosen the right thing and then lay awake wondering if you had just destroyed your future? The next morning, Frank Morrison, a 72-year-old farmer, came by. He was one of Marcus's first customers. Seeing Marcus's tired face, he asked what happened. Marcus told him everything. Frank was silent for a long time. Then he pulled an old coin from his pocket. Most people think business is this, he said, holding up the coin. Money today. He opened his other hand. But what really matters is what you cannot see. Reputation. He leaned forward. Reputation is a currency that compounds. Every time you do the right thing when no one forces you to, you make a deposit into that invisible bank. Marcus listened quietly. Frank continued, building it is slow. Destroying it is fast. He wrote 3 things on a piece of paper. 1. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. 2. Short-term sacrifice for long-term trust is always worth it. 3. People who do not value honesty are not your real customers. You made a big deposit yesterday. Marcus sighed. But my real bank account is empty. Frank smiled gently. Compound interest takes time. No miracle happened the next day. Customers did not suddenly increase. Money was still tight. But something changed. Marcus slept better. He did not avoid eye contact with customers. He was not afraid of questions. Inner peace was something he had never valued before. 3 weeks later, a woman walked into the shop. My name is Jennifer Pritchard. I heard about you from Mr. Frank. Her commercial mixer was broken. Marcus checked it. It will cost $600 to repair. But if you want, you can buy a new one for $800. That might be financially smarter. Jennifer looked at him carefully. You're telling me not to give you my business? I'm telling you what is best for you. She smiled. I will repair it here, and I will tell every business owner I know about this conversation. That month, 5 new commercial clients came. All said the same thing. We heard you refuse $2,000 because you would not do dishonest work. Reputation began to generate returns. 12 weeks later, the black Mercedes returned. Richard stepped out, less confident than before. It failed. The generator stopped working 2 weeks after he sold the property. The new owner was angry, threatening legal action. Can you fix it properly? Marcus nodded. At the same price as before. Richard watched Marcus work, carefully, without rushing. Before leaving, he said, I own 12 properties. I am moving all my business to you. Goodbye, short-term transaction. Welcome, long-term relationship. The parking lot was no longer empty. Marcus hired his first employee. Revenue tripled, not because he raised prices, but because he raised value. The decision to refuse $2,000 did not make him poorer. It filtered his customers. Frank once said, there are 2 types of businesses. Type 1, chase transactions. They want money today. Type 2, build relationships. They want trust today, so customers return for 10 years. Type 1 wins short races. Type 2 wins marathons. Marcus chose Type 2. You will face your own moment. Maybe not $2,000, maybe a contract, a revenue target, an offer that says no one will know. And you must decide, are you building transaction or building reputation? Money can be lost and earned again. Time can be adjusted. But reputation, once cracked, is hard to repair. Marcus thought he was choosing between money and principle. In reality, he was choosing between fast and lasting. But 6 months later, that decision was worth far more than $2,000. But the greatest value was not in numbers. It was in being able to look at his sign every morning and know he had never betrayed it. Yakshakta, one day opportunity will knock on your door. It will not say, I am temptation. It will say, I am a solution. When that moment comes, remember that an invisible bank is recording every decision, and compound interest on reputation is slow, but always fair.